Okay, once you sign into Salesforce production, in order to get to reports related to Pardot and the current campaign that we have, the there's a couple ways you can go about it and or a couple different reports you can look at. First thing I would recommend you doing is making sure by going to the app launcher that you are in Recruitment Manager. Once you select Recruitment Manager, you go over here to Reports and do the drop down. You're not going to probably have any recent reports listed, so go to All Folders and scroll down until you found Outreach. Once you find Outreach, this is where you're going to see all of the reports that I've created. You can sort by created on because at this point, if you have them as the most recent ones, you'll see them at the top. Or you can always search by name. You can type in the name of the report if you know it, multiple ways to get to it. So I've set up two different sets of reports. I've set up reports by contact owner, which some of these have people and some of these do not. And then I've also set it up by program grouping, as well as one that's got everything listed. This one is actually a work in progress. And so right now it's not really going to have accurate data. So I would not pull this one. It does take a little while for a report to pull. And what I will say is, again, as you can see, it's not necessarily pulling all of the data. Is you can go back and click on reports to get back to this screen. So for MBA, you will see when we pull this so that it has anybody that has applied to the online MBA or expressed interest through an RFI, whether it's ours or the grad schools or the business leadership certificate. And so as you can see, the ones that have it listed under program are the ones that applied through Kevin, through the grad school, and the ones that have it listed as online program of interest applied through the outreach RFI. So this is how you can find the reports. To pull the report and email it to somebody, you would click so you would click export here, and you can do it in whichever format. I would just use it as formatted report. You're going to hit export. It's going to take a minute for this to load. And once it does, you will be able to send it to whomever you would like. So right here, it's going to open up as an Excel document and gives you this information that you can then share. Now, contact owner is not going to be correct at this moment. That is something that we're working on and should be correct in the next few weeks. However, this does give you the student's name, email address, which program they're interested in, when they anticipate to start. This should be enough information to get started. So the other thing that I want to note is that there are ways to see a few other fun things within the reports. So again, you can go back to reports and pull any of the other ones that you may want to pull and send to someone. You can also go to account engagement, and under account engagement, you can go to account engagement reports. And from there, under marketing assets, under forms, you would choose the RFI. So we're using the outreach RFI, and then RFI2 is the one that's embedded in the emails. Right now, we don't have any data for this one. So we'll click on outreach RFI, and this gives you a whole bunch of information. So this shows you, yes, I still have a test account out there, but I will be getting rid of that we have 5 other students that have actually applied through this form. And you can use tools here and CSV export. You can export it the Express. You can do the full. You again hit export. It's going to pop up as an Excel document for you. And this is something that you're probably not going to want to send over to anyone else, but it will give you some data that you may be interested in at a quick glance, such as their last activity, which RFI they came through, and then as well, it's going to show, for reference, which link they came through on, and some different information like that. So again, two different reports, two different ways of looking at things. Does show you unique views and some other things like that on here. Now, just a reminder that for this one, we do also have to look at the outreach CRIS test because we did have several students that went through that one. So you would also need to pull it from there as well. Once we have RFI2 with data, we'll be able to pull the same thing, same information at this point here. Hopefully this gives you a good little rundown of how you can easily pull some reports and data for sending them to different programs.